So today we are going to talk about one of the most viral trends in coding, as far as I have seen. So which is called vibe coding. So you might have heard about vibe coding, or you might have already done vibe coding. So this is going to be a session where I'll try to give you an understanding of what this exactly is, and what are some of the tools that you can use to do vibe coding. So it wouldn't be just a session where you can just go one tool and just give some prompts and develop some websites. I will try to give you a framework to understand the coding, AI coding landscape, and depending on where you are, right? Let's say if you are someone who is absolute beginner at coding, if you are someone who is expert at coding, or someone at mid level. So what would be the best vibe coding tools for you? We will try to understand all of them, and we will also try to create some websites going forward. And I will also show some of the websites that I have personally vibe coded, and what are my strategies behind doing that. So with that introduction out of the way, so let me just start sharing my screen. So the idea is to develop quick websites. So I'll maybe just start you with one, like show a very quick example of what you can achieve with vibe coding. If you do it properly, within 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you can develop some full-fledged websites like this. So for one of our sessions that we did a couple of weeks back, so we did a session on AI fitness agent. So the idea was to create some sort of a fitness app using AI. So this is the website that has a lot of features, like weekly nutrition planner. You can just go and set up how many calories you want, which cuisine you want, and you can just select it and just generate a meal plan. It will generate a meal plan for you. Yeah, it will take a couple of seconds to generate, but yeah, it will be there. And you can also customize your own workouts using AI. So all of the website, this website has a landing page. It has three different features: uh, posture analyzer, workout planner, and so on. And it also has some plugins for the course here and there. So I was able to create this entire website using vibe coding under half an hour, right? So the idea is, how did I do this? Or maybe if you want to create your websites from scratch, how can you do that? So I'll share some insights on that. So let me briefly walk you through the kind of things that we will learn today. So first of all, we will try to do different things with vibe coding. So first, we will try to understand the meaning of vibe coding exactly. What exactly is vibe coding? How you can actually do vibe coding. We will try to build a simple landing page in a couple of seconds, less than 2 minutes or so. And then if you are someone who is interested in creating your own personal profile website or something, how can you do that? And then we will show you how you can build full stack apps. So the app that I've shown you in the beginning is a full stack app with multiple different pages and features. So if you want to do that using AI, how you can do that. And at the bonus, we have a very interesting bonus session today. So if you are into DJing, or even if you are not into DJing, so you can actually become a DJ using AI. So you can create your own DJ mixer using vibe coding. So I'll show you how you can create a DJ mixer using AI if you stay till the end. Okay. So that being said, let me start with the first point. So what exactly is vibe coding, right? So vibe coding, it just feels like this is something that has been around since the day AI has emerged, right? So since the day ChatGPT came around, people are using. So November 2022 was the day when ChatGPT got released, and people have been using this AI, ChatGPT or any other models, at least for the past 2 years, to assist with them in coding, right? But the real phenomena, or maybe the word vibe coding, really became popular when Andre Karpathy, who is one of the OpenAI co-founders, he has tweeted about vibe coding. So it's one of the most popular tweets with around 5 million views. So he mentioned what vibe coding is. So instead of you spending hundreds of hours writing each and every line of code, you just ask AI to create what you want, and it will create directly for you. So in this case, this person is using Cursor Composer with Claude Sonnet model, and some audio app to dictate. So it's completely hands-free coding. So you can just open one app and just talk to AI and it'll start building things for you. So yeah, the word vibe coding actually originated. It's like, even though we have been using AI for coding for many months or years, so the term has become popular only for the last few months. So that is why you are hearing a lot about it. So to summarize, what exactly is vibe coding? So you don't have to write each and every line of code. The idea is you can just ask AI. You can just ask AI to create website. Uh, that's it. So vibe coding is nothing but, instead of you writing each and every line of code, you will be able to do that. So how about, before going any further into understanding, let us do a quick demo of vibe coding, right? So what I'll try to do is, we are anyways, uh, let's say, as mentioned, we offer a course on generative AI, and let's say I want to create a website for our course that we are offering. So can I create a website for it just by asking an AI model to do that? So let's say within a minute or so, let us try to create a landing page for our website, and after that, we can go into some more use cases and do more things. So to actually do vibe coding, you can actually use any tool, any chatbot for that matter. So I will try to show you as many tools as possible. And some tools are good at certain things, some tools are not so good at some things. But the idea is to show you different tools as of now. So I'll start with Claude AI, which I feel is one of the good coding models that we have today. Yeah. So I'm currently on Claude AI, as you can see. So what I'll try to do is I'll just ask it to create a landing page. Okay, let me do that. Create a landing page for generative AI course offered by Build Fast with AI. Okay, my Build Fast with AI. It is a 8-week long course which will take you from 0 to 1 in AI. Use React framework. As you can see, I didn't type anything myself. I just opened the AI chatbot and I just blurted out whatever I want. And I'll just wait for a couple of seconds to see what will happen.
So what is the
So,
tool?
pardon?
What is the tool you have installed? Is it org?
This tool is called, this is a ChatGPT like tool called Claude AI.
Okay.
Okay,
Is
I
it
think there
paid
is some.
version or free version?
There is a free version as well, so you can use that as well. So sometimes, as you can see, there was a error, syntax error in the course in the app, so it tried to fix itself.
Sir, can you tell once again, please? Sir, can you tell once again, please?
Yeah, the tool's name is Claude AI. So if you have any questions, if you can send it on chat, I'll just read them. So that would be better. So I'll give some time where you can unmute and ask as well. So it will be easy if you can just type questions on the chat for others as well who are. So what it is basically doing is, so let me explain what exactly is happening here. So whenever I ask this chatbot to create a landing page, and I'm asking it to use React framework, So it is just using React framework to write the website. Okay, I think this didn't work very well. So let me copy paste this again and run this. So sometimes this is the reality. So even with vibe coding, it is not always perfect. So let's say sometimes AI model actually faces some errors and it will keep running in loops. So it's a good expectation that we got from the very first instance that these models are not completely perfect. So you will have to run. So any query, in most of the times, 80% of the times, whatever you ask, you will get the outputs instantly. But as you have just seen, there was some error when it generated the code for first time. So in that cases, you can just ask it to run it again and it will generate. So basically, whenever I ask the query, so it's just writing the entire code website for us. And within a couple of seconds, we will be able to review the website. And if we want any changes, we can just ask the AI model to do the changes as well.
Satvik, till it is generating, I had a question like, how practical do you think using cloud AI in real-time scenario? Like, have you deployed it anytime, like in a real-time scenario?
So there are some tools that are very good for prototyping. So Claude AI, basically at the end of the day, it's giving you a code for this website. So if you like this very much, just copy paste this code and just publish it and embed it in main website. So, but yeah, at production level, so there are some other tools that I will like introduce very shortly. But yeah, the idea for now is just to understand the capabilities of AI models. Okay, as you have seen, I have just given this query, create a landing page for the website, and it has just created a website right off the back. And if you want any changes on top of this, you can just mention if there is a particular color you want or something. So earlier, without using AI or maybe without these powerful AI models, it would have anyways taken you at least a couple of hours or even more to create a website like this. So now you are able to create everything just by certain commands. So now
Satvik,
what
I
we
have a question.
okay, questions or anything, I would really appreciate if you can send it on chat. So I'll take more questions at the end where you can ask directly. So if you can send questions
Okay,
on
cool.
chat, I'll thank you. Okay, great. So this is a quick demo of vibe coding. So I will show you a lot more tools going forward in this lecture. But before we go any further, so I just wanted to understand the kind of audience that we have today. How many of you are good at code? Which walks of you like before like to understand what level of tools that I can introduce you to in the session. So I just want to do some analysis or maybe understanding. So I'll show you just a couple of questions on your screen for both. So if you can just mention what describes you the best, so that will help us curate the session better for you. Okay, I think we have a good response. We have 60% of people who already responded. So we have around 60% working professionals and 40% students. I'll just wait for 10-15 seconds more for the poll to be over. So if you have not answered it yet, you can just do that. Okay, so let me end the poll and show you the results. Okay, we have around 40% of students, as you can see, and around 60% are working professionals, which is a great mix to have. And let me understand how many of you actually come from coding background. So how many of you have never coded in your life before? How many are intermediate, or how many of you actually use coding in your daily life? Okay. We have 75% of people responding already. So I'll just wait for 10-15 more seconds. So currently we have a normal distribution. So we have more number of people in intermediate and almost equal number of people who have never coded and coding experts. Okay, so I think the time is up. So let me show you. Okay, so this is the proportion of the people. So we have around 30% of audience who have never coded. So this is going to be a wonderful experience for the people who have never coded, and even for the people who are coding experts. So let's say if you are able to create, let's say, 500 lines of code without AI, by with vibe coding, you should be able to do 5,000 or maybe 50,000 lines of code in a day. And for people who are in intermediate, again, this is going to be a great opportunity. So you might know basics of development, but have probably never felt confident to build your own website. Yeah, this could be a great chance for you to get started on coding and actually build websites from scratch. So that is great. So let me go back. Okay, one last question is, how many of you would want to get started on generative AI journey and want some codes from us? There is no right or wrong answer in this. So yeah, we just wanted to tell you that there is a Gen AI course that we have that is starting soon. And yeah, everyone in this call is going to get a code to sign up for the course. So yeah, so this is the question. So let me just wait for 5 more seconds and end this. Yeah, so I'll give more details about the course and when it is starting and what it all entails at the end. Okay, great. So now that we know the pulse of audience who are present here, so let us proceed ahead with the session. So as mentioned, let's say I was a data scientist before. I used to mainly code in Python. On a good day, I could probably churn out 500 lines of quality code. But if I'm using AI tools productively, I'm able to easily give 10x or even 100x my output. So there was a time when I created an entire Python library within a couple of days, what would have otherwise taken a couple of months of time, right? So with AI, the idea is the people who are in intermediate stage or even experts, you can understand that if you are someone who is able to write X number of lines of code or X amount of thing, you can actually do 10x or 100x more with AI. And not only that, so Gen AI or vibe coding is especially important if you look at this diagram, right? So let's say every one of us has some idea. So those ideas could be some personal pet projects that you might have, or maybe some initiatives that you are leading for your own company, right? So ideally, if you to go from idea to prototype, these are the steps that you need to take. So let's say founder or any stakeholder comes up with an idea, then it goes to a product manager for a PRD, then a designer will design it, the developer will develop it, and someone else will test it. So to actually go from idea to prototype without using AI, so it used to take anywhere between 5 experts or maybe at least 4 to 5 people and 2 months of time to put together a good website with good features. So now, if you know how to vibe code or maybe how to use AI properly, right? So vibe coding is something uh, uh, that is a term that I can use for AI assisted workflow. So vibe coding just feels like a more party term, but it's at the end of the day, it is just AI assisted coding, right? So if you know how to use AI for coding, so you could be a solo builder, you could be a stakeholder, you could be someone who is non-technical, but you can actually use AI to go from idea to prototype, one person within one day. So that's the amount of gains you can get. So, in this session, what we will try to do is now that you know basics of what vibe coding is and how it can help you, and you also seen a small trailer about it. So, let us also try to understand what are different tools that will help you vibe code and what is the framework to think about these tools, right? So, the next question is how do you vibe code and what are the best AI coding tools that are available? So depending on which level you are, you can choose different tools. So how do you think about it? So I think about AI coding tools in three different directions. So the first type of AI coding tool is for prototyping. So this is something that is very ideal if you're just starting out. If you're just starting out and if you just want to take an idea and just build a quick POC, MVP, whatever you want to call it. So you can use AI for prototyping. And then you can use for development and maintenance. So let's say if you have some sort of website that is already ready, up and running, and if you want to maintain it, add new features or something, you can use this uh, like different set of tools for development and maintenance. And again, automated testing, automated feature requests, so on and so forth. There could be some sort of automation also that you can insert. So what are the types of tools for each? So for prototyping, there are a different set of tools. For development and maintenance, there are a different set of tools. For automation, there are different set of tools, right? So depending on which level you are at coding, or maybe what's your use case, you can choose what works best for you. So the first set of tools are chatbots with artifacts, right? So the example that I've shown you is Claude AI with a feature called artifact. So as of today, many websites have artifacts feature. I'll show you one more example. So this is chatbot with artifacts is ideal for let's say something designing landing pages, personal profile websites, and so on. Full stack app builders are ideal for again building full stack apps which has multiple different features, and you can integrate it. And agentic IDEs like Cursor, Windsurf, and others are actually something that you can use if you are a full-fledged coder and you want to develop websites from scratch or maintain from this. So this is mostly for advanced coding users, but the other two can be used by everyone. So what we will do is so this is the segregation that we will follow in this session, and we have already looked at Claude AI. So I'll also show you one other free tool with Gemini, and for full stack, I'll show Bolt, and for agentic ID, I'll show you Windsurf. So these are the three different, so this is already done. So we will try to look at these three tools and how you can use them in different ways. So I'll take a couple of questions that are on the chat. Okay, few of them, I think community is also answering each other, so that is great. So there are some questions about creating backend, front-end persona of Claude. Okay, I'll just try to take more questions at the end then. So, okay. So let us do the very simple exercise with chatbot with artifacts. As of today, what are some popular tools that can help you with prototyping? So Claude is something that we have already seen just now. So v0.dev is also one other popular tool that will help you design any UI elements or maybe web pages very easily. And E2B artifacts is also one popular website. And Postgres.new is generally for database design. So like if you want to design a database from scratch, you can actually do with this. So let me show you quick examples with each one of them. So what I actually did is, so first of all, every one of you might have your own resume. So one activity that you can do right away, or maybe by the end of this session, is that you can all create your own portfolio website. So what you can do is you can you can take your resume, or you can take some info about you, or maybe anything that any document or any file that has information about you. Resume, most people might already have. So the idea is to convert your resume into website that you can share it with others. So this is the most simple application that we could develop. So I have already created my website. So let me show you the process of creating your own portfolio website. So for this, I think Claude we have already used. So let me close this. And let me go to this tool called gemini.google.com. So this is Google has been relentless in earlier people joked about, let's say 1 year ago, Google was joke when it came to generative AI. But in the last 2-3 months, they have really picked up with models, and they have some excellent models. Not only they have excellent models, they are giving most of them for free users as well. So what you can do is you can just go to gemini.google.com. You can just click on 2.5 Pro model, so which is their best coding model yet. And then you can just click on the canvas button. So canvas button is what activates uh, canvas button is what activates creating websites. So the first thing that you need to do is you can just upload your resume. So you can just upload your resume and ask AI to take a site from it. But let's say I don't have a resume handy right now. So what I can do is I can use another AI to generate some content. So it could be like a personal profile website, or maybe if you are making any presentation or something, you can do that. So what I'll do is I'll just go to Perplexity and ask, give me full details about Satvik. I'm just asking my name, founder of. So I'm using one AI to generate content, and I'm going to use another AI to let's say create a website for me. So it's just generating content. So the reason I'm showing you this tool is that, let's say, not only for personal websites, you can also let's say there is some news going on and you want to create some presentation on top of this. You can use tools like Perplexity to fetch the latest information from internet, and then you can use it to create something on top of it. So it already knows a lot of information about me, so that is great for me. So I'll just copy this. I'll go back to this. I'll just give the command, give me a crazy profile website for Satvik. Use black and yellow theme. Let's say Gen Z focused. So I don't know what it means, but I'm just asking it to create a crazy profile website for Satvik, and I'm giving all the relevant details, and I'm asking it to use a black and yellow theme and Gen AI focus or Gen AI theme. So let us. I'm just giving it some random things. So let us just wait for a couple of seconds and see how this turns out. Okay, while it is generating, I'll take some questions. Yeah, the recording will be available on our website as well as our YouTube, so you can get more information from there. So you can see that whenever you ask it to create a website, it is writing in HTML. So generally, whenever it writes in HTML, it will be a very simplistic website, right? So it is a very, very simplistic website. So this is not something that I want. So whenever you are using this, make sure the framework you want as well, so that the results are not as simplistic as this. So let's say I don't want a simple HTML website. So I can go back. Okay, I don't see an option to edit. So let me just copy this back again. Let me open a new window. And instead of HTML, I'll say use React. So React is a framework that is more suited for developing reactive, like better websites. So I'm just asking it to use React. So whenever you are using any tools, you having a little knowledge of the frameworks that the bot is using also helps it. So let's say I have seen a lot of people doing a number of changes. I think, did I not choose Canvas? Yeah, I chose. So earlier it was writing in HTML. So now it started writing in React. So now the quality of website will automatically be good. So having a bit of knowledge about frameworks and all will also help you understand how to create good websites. So let's say if it's giving you a plain HTML, just asking it to make any number of changes won't yield very good results. So that is when you have like you can just ask it to use React or something, so it can create better websites. Okay, as you can see, I told it to use GenAI focus, so it's also modifying the content, right? So I think making GenAI real AF, Bengaluru, India. It also gave my LinkedIn link. It also gave me the email link and a couple of different things, which is a decent website. So whatever information that I've given, use a black and yellow website. So it has used, and it also has a good animation, which I like. And I also mentioned it to make Gen Z focus. So it's also using a lot of abbreviations and making it very simple. It's not using a lot of heavy content, as you can see. And modifying the websites is also very easy. So you can just, let's say you don't like this color theme, and let's say you can just say change it to blue and yellow. So that is something that you can do, and you can wait for a couple of seconds to create this. Okay, there is a person with a sample prompt. Okay, so let us try that out as well. So I think colors, anyways, we are sure that the AI will change it. Yeah, it changed it to blue and yellow, and this also looks amazing. So what are some few other things that you can do with this? So not only can you create profile websites, so whenever you have this, you can create some UI components, or better yet, you can create some games also. So I'll show you some of the games that I've created using Gemini before. So let me show you some of them. So I have created a Pokemon cards game, as you can see. So this is the only prompt that I used. So this is a small prompt, just a line of prompt. I'm just giving it a prompt, and it has actually created some Pokemon cards that I can just click and use. So Charizard, you can see it has also created something. So one good thing about Gemini model is that it can actually get some images from the internet, and it can also embed it. So that way it is a lot more reactive. So whenever you ask it to create something, so AI already has enough context about it, and it is able to create it. So if you are someone who is interested in Pokemon, so I'll send this prompt to you. So if you want to try this out yourself, so you can just try this out as well. Okay, sorry, I think this. Okay, there is also one example in the chat. So I'll just run this for you, and I will also show you how the results come out.
Satvik, I have one query.
Yeah.
Satvik, I'm able to create my personal website using HTML code, but I have not used Gemini Advanced model. It's the basic model. So I mean, is it required to use only the advanced model? I mean, it will not work with the basic models like 2.0 deep search
So
or
Gemini Advanced is the subscription that I have. So the model is same. So I have like since I have a paid subscription for it, I'll have higher usage limits, but otherwise the model is same.
But so that website with React is not generating with the code is generating, but the preview is not coming. So that's why.
Yeah, it might be because of error at times, so you can check that out.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, I think I just copy pasted the prompt that someone mentioned. So it didn't actually use it. So when we actually mention it to use Next.js and everything Vercel for deployment. So here, Gemini does not do any deployment. It will just create the code. So you can try the same prompt, but instead of mentioning the tech stack directly, just mention to use React or maybe Next.js or others. You might leave out the Vercel part, then it can probably generate. So yeah, so this is how you can create simple websites. You can create games and others using AI. And one other thing that you can do is you can also create some learning tools as well. So if you want to teach someone about some geometry theorems or anything, so you can actually. Okay, I think this was the not. This is not the right version. So if you want to teach, so this is one game that I've created, but otherwise. So let's say if you want to teach some physics concepts or anything, you can actually do something. So again, this is a very vague prompt that I've given, but you can give it more information to create some useful concepts also, where you can create a projectile motion thing. Here I have, like I just asked it to create a very vague thing. So if I did a better job at prompting, it could have given me a better output as well. So yeah, so this is the first set of tools that you can use for vibe coding. Uh, so where you can use any set of tools to create some interfaces, games, landing pages, summary websites, and all. So now let us proceed to the next part. So currently, whatever you have seen in terms of code, at the end of the day, it's just a single page of code. So, but when you look at the actual websites that people are using today, or even the original, let's say the Build Fast with AI website, it actually has some hundreds of files, right? So this is our main website. So this not only this just doesn't have a single React file or HTML file. This actually has some hundreds of files. So how can we generate something like this from scratch? So that is what we will try to understand. So for that, we will need to choose right set of tools again. So what are the tools that we can use? So some popular tools are Bolt and Lovable. So let me show you with the Bolt. Then you can also try it with Lovable and see how that works for you. But before that, I wanted to quickly touch upon. So creating software is very easy. So anyone, it doesn't matter. So as long as you can write a decent enough prompt, anyone can create a website. But one note on how to not use these tools is that uh, so there is this debate about how AI can kill creativity, right? So if you use these tools mindlessly, it will actually kill your creativity. So the idea is whenever you are creating any website or web page, instead of just asking AI to create a website and then taking the first output at face value, before you ask AI anything, try to have a rough understanding of what you want to build. So let's say tell the theme that you want, tell the framework that you want, or maybe give some specific instructions on how it should look and how it should not look, right? So that way you will be in control of AI and not the other way around. So generally, whenever people are using AI, you just give it a prompt and it will just create some website, and you don't have any idea of which framework it is using, what color scheme it is using, anything until you see the output. So the idea is whenever you are using the tools, instead of mindlessly giving it a prompt and just taking the first output that you are getting, have an idea of what you want and how you want it to be, and then steer AI to create your vision and not the other way around. So like once the AI create something that is not your vision, have a vision and then use AI to converge to that vision. So that is how you can use. yeah, with that out of the way, so let me show you how you can build some full stack applications which has front end, back end, and many other parts using Bolt. You can also use Lovable and other websites as well. So let me go to the Bolt. So the website link is bolt.new, as you can see. So in this, it's again very simple to create any websites using this. So what I want to create is I want to create a chatbot like ChatGPT, right? But I want it to create something like ChatGPT, but with some sort of a twist. So let me try to do it. Give me a AI chatbot application. So let me come up with some requirements, right? So again, if you just send this prompt directly, it will give you an output, but again, that is not your vision, but you can uh, tell something. So let me think about some ideas. Give me an AI chatbot app which has neon and rainbow color theme. And I can also mention that okay, let me just try with this. But the idea is whenever you're creating, try to have a little more control on what you want. But again, it's very good to just give it random prompts and understand the capability of AI models. So earlier, when we have used Gemini and Claude, you have seen that the AI model was only writing one file. It was only writing a single file, and you were getting the output. And now, instead of AI model writing a single file, it's creating entire folders by itself. So this is something, I think there was a question initially about how good it is for production. So yeah, like this is something that you can use it for production also, because it has a lot of yeah. So let me close this. Yeah, so this is the application that I've created. I asked it to create Neon AI chat, and it created something like this. And you can see it has entire set of folders as well, right? So now what happens is if I just ask it to give something, so let's say I type hi, it's a demo, and I'll just ask how are you. So you can see that currently whatever question you are asking, it's just giving you a standard response. But let's say if you want this to be connected to an OpenAI model or something, you will need to ask an AI model to do that specifically. So currently, whatever I have asked in the chat, so it was just vague about like I was very vague about what to use and what not to use. So let's say now I can say that I want to use an OpenAI model. So ask it to integrate that. So let me try that. Integrate an OpenAI model for getting the responses. So now what it will do is it will start writing the backend code for integrating API, so OpenAI model, so that we can actually create a real chatbot with something like this. So I'm asking it to integrate OpenAI chatbot, so which it is doing. Okay, it will still not work because I'll need to supply my OpenAI API key. Yeah, so it says OpenAI API key is not present. So I'll go back to the code, and there is an API key that I have to fill. This is something that is private. So let me just copy my API key and then I'll show you it is working. So I'm just opening my OpenAI console and trying to get my API key. So I have entered my API key, but again, there might be some integration issues here and there, but now I'll say hi. So it
Satvik, the
does
key
not.
that you entered, is it the paid one? You have bought some credits or the free tier one?
So OpenAI does not have a free API. So if you want a free one, instead of saying OpenAI model, you can say a Gemini model. But again, a Gemini model is something that the API is constantly changing. So the model might integrate it, but again, there might be some errors. But for OpenAI, again, since this is the most popular one, model does not have any problem doing it. So now I can just ask it a question, who are you? So it says I am an AI assistant. Earlier it was giving a standard response. So now I'm able to create a full stack application, a code application from scratch, uh, just by prompting it and just by asking the model to integrate something. Right. So these are all the code files that you can see. And let's say if you want some changes in the UI or anything, you can just ask it. So let's say if you're already satisfied with the app and I can this. So let's say I'm satisfied with how my app looks, and if I want any changes, I can do that. So, but yeah, like if I want to deploy it, I'll just click on deploy. It will deploy to Netlify account, and then I can share it with other friends as well. So yeah, just think about how easy it was to create a chatbot. So if you were to do this everything by yourself, imagine how much time it would have taken. So now with just right prompts and right framework, I'm able to create the entire website just in a minute. So I'll just copy paste this, enter this. So this is the link that anyone can use. So yeah, while you are still on the call, so I'm able to create a website. I have deployed it on the link as well that everyone can use it free. But yeah, I'll deactivate the API key so that people don't keep using my API key. But otherwise, you can just test out the link that I've just sent, just to make sure that I'm not cheated my way. But I have actually did entire vibe coding. So I have just vibe coded a chatbot within 5-10 minutes. Okay, so this is how you can actually create a website from scratch using vibe coding. So let us proceed to the next part. Similarly, just like I've used Bolt, you can also prefer using Lovable or maybe some other website that you prefer. But the more important thing is one other thing that I've noticed is, uh, let's say I have asked AI model to create something, and I'm able to create this website within 5 minutes. So, but what happens in 50% of cases or even more is you try to do the same thing, you try to enter the same prompts, and somehow it does not work. So, when it does not work, it's mainly because of a skill issue, right? These tools are very good, but you will have to really learn how to use these tools effectively. So, the first time you use Bolt or Lovable or any other tool, for that matter, it might not work very perfectly. So it's not because the tool inherently is bad. It's also because you might not have developed enough skill to use these tools. So whenever you are using any tool, not just Bolt or not just any developer tools, any AI tool that you are using, the first time it will be difficult or first time it might be unproductive, but try to give it more tries. Try to use it 5 times, 10 times. If it is not working, you can leave it. But otherwise, any AI tool, try to experiment it with a couple of times before you decide that it is working for you or not working for you. So we have seen two types of tools right now. So we have seen a simple tool that can help you create landing pages. We also saw a full stack developer with Bolt. I will also show you an agentic IDE. Again, this is more for advanced users. So if you are someone who is already using code in your general life, this is something that will work for you. But again, if you are an absolute beginner, you might face some issues. But again, this is not something that is very difficult to learn as long as you are willing to. So what I'll try to do is I'll just try to open my a folder and just try to introduce some of the features that we have in these IDEs. Okay, so let me open one of my applications. So this is one application that I've already created. So more often than not, you're not probably using, so there is code that is already written maybe for your website or something. But if you want to leverage that, how can you use that? So let me show you with Cursor, or maybe Windsurf would be better, I guess. But let me show this. Okay, there is some delay with running this. So let me close this window and just try again so that we are not wasting time. So running it again. Okay, just let me just leave this. Let me open my folder. Okay, so let's say this is, I'm not able to open that specific app that I wanted to show, but nonetheless, so let's say generally any code file looks like this. So let's say if you want to create a website, so it generally has a lot of code files, so on and so forth. But let's say if you want to make changes directly to your code, how would you do that? So one way to do it is that, let's say whenever you have any website that already has a lot of code, so you can use tools like Windsurf, Cursor, or anything to leverage AI agents on your code base itself. So for that, you can just click on this. So for Cursor, there is this feature, sorry, for Windsurf, there is this feature called Cascade. If you use Cursor, it's called Composer and otherwise. So what you can do is you can just open the code base where your website or maybe any other software is sitting. And once you go there, there are a couple of options that you can do. You can either chat with your code base. So you can just ask, what does this code do? So it will analyze your entire website and it will give you an idea of what the website does. And you can also ask it to, can you change the background of the website? So instead of chat, I can also use the write part. So whenever I say write, instead of just chatting, so it will directly go to the change and make some changes to it. So I'll just ask, can you change the background of the website? And you can also choose which model you want to use. So let's say OpenAI just released a new model yesterday night. So I want to try this out. So let me click on this. And if I just run this, so you can see that it will just analyze the entire website and it will find the relevant files where it has to make changes. And then it will take a couple of seconds, but it will come up with changes that will do this. So that way, the idea is that you will be able to take any website that is already present. You can use AI and it has changed some colors as well. Right. So it's just asking some clarifying questions on what color to change and how, and I can just mention it, the colors that I want, and it will also give me change the files accordingly. Again, this is a slightly advanced tool, but the idea is instead of just vibe coding your way to let's say it's easy to create a website, but again, maintaining the website, modifying the features, making it correcting the bugs. So that is where there is a real problem. So for something like this, you should leverage tools like Cursor, Windsurf, Tray, and others. So currently, Tray is a free tool that you can try. So this is by TikTok. So TikTok launched a new web coding tool, which is a competitor, which might be surprising to many of you. It is also still surprising to me, but they have a Cursor competitor, and this is currently free to use. So if you want to try a free, completely free code IDE, so you can install Tray and also try using it. Okay, so these are the core things that I wanted to discuss. So before I go to the part where I discuss about how you can create your own DJ mixer using AI, I'll just want to give some details about the course. I think many of you already expressed interest in signing up for the course. So let me give you a couple more details about the course, and then I'll cover the bonus part. So yeah, before that, I'll just take 2 minutes of your time. I think we already done the photo shoot. So yeah, so today, let me just ask you, give you a few reasons why you should learn generative AI. So the fact that you are still on the call, maybe uh, it's because you find the subject very interesting, one thing, and maybe very useful. So if you are someone who is just starting your journey in, let's say, in irrespective of whichever job you are in and what experience you have, so Gen AI will have enormous productivity benefits. So you have seen everything that we have done, right? So you can create a chatbot within a couple of minutes. You can do literally anything within uh, uh, like 10x, 20x less time. So the productivity benefit that you can get from Gen AI is enormous. And the second reason is job security. So it's no secret that AI can take away your jobs. So let's say if you are an average developer, you are gone, because if you're doing some average work in this day and time, AI will easily replace you. If you are an average data analyst, again, you are gone. So even if you are a researcher, market analyst, product manager, or anything, if you are someone who is not able to, uh, whatever job you are in, AI can actually replace you in ways that you cannot even imagine. So the only way to go after that is by learning AI, embracing AI. So many of the companies, you can see that, like there was a recent news that Salesforce is not hiring new engineers. So Salesforce used to be one of the companies who used to hire the most number of software engineers in a given year, and they are telling that they are not going to hire any new engineers. So think about what will happen to job market in couple of months down the line. So these are the reasons. These are the two main reasons why you should learn generative AI. And again, there are 10 other reasons that I'm not talking about. So the idea is, if you like, learning generative AI is very hard, right? So you actually need some structured understanding. So let's say you might have heard a lot about vibe coding, but just within 1 hour of session with me, you were able to learn 3 different tools and many different techniques. So what if you are able to learn all this for 8 weeks? So a lot of AI tools, not just coding tools, but audio tools, video tools, chatbots, and RAG, fine tuning, and many others. So this will all be a part of our 8 week course. So which will be a 6+2 format, 6 weeks of modules, live lessons, doubt solving, plus 2 weeks of capstone. So you will get to learn all the core concepts of generative AI and also apply them to build something. So we have had people from all the major companies from our previous cohort. So we have already conducted 13 cohorts so far. So we already have hundreds of people from many prominent companies who have taken our courses. Okay, I didn't replace the slide. Okay, so the idea is, so what exactly do we cover in this course? Uh, so even though there is too much happening in Gen AI, if you pay close attention to what exactly is happening, there are only 4 or 5 concepts. There are only 4 or 5 concepts that cover around 90% of Gen AI applications. So something like how to use LLMs, prompt engineering, chatbots and chat with data. So it's called RAG, fine tuning, agents, and a few other topics. So what we and let's say multimodal models and few other things. So if you learn these 4 or 5 topics, you will be able to understand 90% of generative AI. So that is what we will try to do. In the first lecture, in the first week, we will try to learn some very basic concepts about AI. Then we will learn about chatbots. Then we will learn about fine tuning. Then we'll learn about AI agents and multimodal models. And then we will try to show you how you can use dev tools like this. So whatever you have seen currently in this session is just 1 hour. So imagine learning these tools for 1 week straight, where you will get to get a very deep dive on how you can use Cursor, how you can use Bolt for creating applications from scratch. So all these insights are packed within our course that you can learn. So as mentioned, our next cohort is starting very soon, within a couple of weeks, so on May 3rd. So if you want to sign up for the course, or if you want to know more details, uh, all you need to do is just say hi on the chat, and we will send you the additional details about the course. Me or someone from our team will give you a call. We will help you understand and align. So the only thing that you need to do to register for the course as of now is to say hi on the chat, and we will take care of the rest of the steps with anything. So what all will you get in the course? You will get live lectures on weekends. We have detailed video resources. So we have created a custom built AI platform just for the course itself. So I'll just show you a idea of that as well. Yeah. So currently, if you sign up for our course, sign up on our website, you will not see the premium platform. So if you are someone who has did our course or doing our course, you will have access to some hundreds of videos on AI plus lot of lectures. And this is just a platform. This is just half of the offering. So you will also get live lectures. You will also get doubt solving sessions and all on top of this thing. And one thing that many people ask is, okay, I don't know coding, so I'm very new to coding. How will that help? So as you have seen even in today's session, right? So there was code here and there. So having a knowledge of code will actually help you build something, right? So we will teach you whatever basics of Python you will need for the course that is taught within the course itself. So the very first lecture in the course is about learning basics of Python. So you can easily grab these concepts by looking at the first lecture. And we also have a lot of exercises and doubt solving sessions where you have any doubts, you can reach out to us and ask more. So yeah, so there are different there are different modules where we cover different topics. So the idea is that if you go through this entire course, you will be in the top, I will not even say top 1%, you will be in the top 0.1% of people who actually know AI. So I meet a lot of people starting anywhere between founders to even senior executives and everyone. Uh, there are not a lot of people. So this technology is fairly new, and to be honest, there are not a lot of people who really understand AI. So it's not even 1 in 100. Only 1 in 1,000 people actually know AI. So if you go through this course, the idea is you will be in the top 0.1% of people who actually know AI and how you can build this. So the entire course is built around building AI apps, not just learning about theory. So in the very second lecture, you will learn how to build, or maybe in the very first lecture, you will learn how you can build your first AI app. So within first week, you will build your own content generator app. Within week two, you will build more apps. So by doing the entire course, you will have built a personal repository of 10 apps. So that is our promise. If you follow the course and attend the classes, you will be able to build at least 10 apps by the end of this course. So yeah, if you are interested in the course, all you have to do is to just say hi on the chat. and you can register. So there is a question, is it a self-paced course? So the thing is, we will give you access to all the videos. If you wish to do a self-paced, that is up to you. And we also have live lectures on weekends and doubt solving sessions on weekdays. So you can also drop in anytime and ask any questions as well. So it's live plus self-paced combination. So yeah, like if you are interested, you can take those. Okay, so if you are interested, don't forget to say hi. So if I was in your place, I would have sent a hi on the chat myself as well. So yeah, there is no commitment. So just to know more details or anything, if you just say hi, we will take care of the rest. Okay. So I think if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, so like send me a request there. I think WhatsApp group is full, so we will send the Telegram link so you can join that. If you want to register in groups, so let's say if you are a couple of friends who want to sign up for the course, or maybe if you are a company who is looking to uh, like sign up multiple people, more than 2-3 people at a time or even more, you can feel free to reach out to me or Sakshi on our email IDs that are displayed here, and we will also give you additional discount on top of what you are offering to you as at an individual level. So yeah, if you want to bring your friend along, both you and your friend will get additional discount for it. So if you are a company and if you are looking for batch training or maybe anything, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or maybe on mail as displayed here, and we'll be very happy to help you with that. Okay, I think thank you everyone for joining the call today. It's been great. Hope you all learned something new, and hope to see you all in our future courses and workshops. So until then, we'll meet you.